Okay, so since the start of the boyhood arc of Boruto Naruto Next Generation's anime, there has been quite a few different things that I wanted to see. I want to see, Boruto interact with this one and that one. I wanted to see Sasuke interact with this one and that one. But based on these spoilers that we have, these are more spoilers for the upcoming episode 132 that airs this coming Sunday. It seems as though we're going to get two interactions, one of which will be more in depth than the previous interaction he had, and one of them I never really thought about what it would be like if Sasuke could see the young version of Naruto and really have a heart-to-heart with him, have a conversation, and just in general see that Sasuke reflects of the mistakes he made as a young child, back in the day when he abandoned the village. And these spoilers on top of that, seeing that Boruto is going to have a more in-depth interaction with his late great uncle Neji. This is gonna be hype, baby. Boruto Naruto Next Generation's episode 132 spoilers. Let's go. That was a mouthful, by the way. Damn. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. So yes, people, we got some more spoilers for the upcoming episode of Boruto Naruto Next Generations, episode 132. And honestly, these spoilers is getting me hype, and I don't know which part of it I'm more excited about, because don't get me wrong, it seems as though this episode is going to be a little more tame than the previous episode where we had, Urashiki take Naruto and the stuff with the one-tail chakra coming out of Naruto and all that stuff on top of, Jiraiya, which I think this episode is going to also focus more on Jiraiya, even though these spoilers don't really dive too much into it. But one of the things about these spoilers that I'm really hype about, and again, I don't know which one I'm more hype about, and I have some theories on one of the spoilers because it's not complete in-depth analysis or complete in-depth synopsis in particular, but I have an idea about what one of them is going to be about. But the other one I'm curious to see, because Sasuke, right? Sasuke, especially, when Boruto called him out about abandoning the village and stuff like that, he's always really quiet. He's never really the type to come and give you a shoulder to lean on and really, be that type of person. So to see that in these spoilers, he's going to have to take up a role in consulting the younger version of his best friend. It's gonna be hype. I got the spoilers right here. We're gonna read it and we'll talk some more, but man, this arc, the boyhood arc of Boruto, has really revitalized this franchise, baby. Let's talk. So Boruto Naruto Next Generations episode 132, entitled Jiraiya's Duty, and again it'll be airing November 10th. Taking Jiraiya's suggestion, Boruto and the childhood version of Naruto start to undergo training to make their chakra align and sync up with one another's. Nevertheless, it was considerably more difficult than they had initially thought, and they were unable to make further progress with it. In addition, and abruptly in the midst of training, Boruto happens to recall the situation that he witnessed the other day. This becomes the initial cause of how the two of them became awkward and uneasy with one another. So quickly before we continue, seems as though the episode that we just had is going to impact the relationship and the dynamics of Boruto with the younger version of Naruto, his father, because you gotta think about it. Naruto just went berserk and tried to kill him. Boruto never even seen that side of his father a day in his life. So yeah, it's going to make things awkward between the two. On top of that, Naruto right there feels guilty, like, yo, I tried to kill this kid. I attacked him, and he's going through all the other struggles on his mind about Sasuke ditching the village, and who the hell is this weird alien guy that's trying to, kidnap me and take my chakra. So I'm imagining, yeah, that's going to have a strain. It ain't gonna be no more sitting around the crib eating cups of ramen. Like, that's not happening right now. Also, I'm still really curious, like, what the hell is going to be, why is Jiraiya trying to have them align their chakras? For what in particular? Is it something like so that they could fight in unison? Is it something so that Urashiki will have a hard time trying to kidnap the right target? Maybe he has some plan there. Like, what's up with that? Again, I said maybe he's gonna have them do fusion, but obviously it's more so a joke thing. Like, there's no fusion in Naruto yet. But let's continue. Then Boruto happens to meet Neji unexpectedly, and Neji decides to tell him a story, which, let's cut right there. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm pretty sure, I'm almost certain, because you gotta think, if he's, at this particular point, Boruto's been finding out more and more about his father, and that's been one of the big revelations of this arc to the character of like, yo, this is what my father went through. And I'm imagining Neji's still going to talk more about like, yo, your father was amazing and stuff like that, but this will give an opportunity to give Boruto more insight into his Hyuga lineage, because you got to think, or lineage, because he hasn't really had that much of an upbringing with them. He visits his grandfather once in a while, and his aunt really loves him and stuff like that, which, by the way, just thinking about it, Boruto has a lot of love and support. What was he mad about in the beginning of the series again? His father, like, did Naruto have any of this? But anyway, let's continue. But one of the big things I think this is going to provide an opportunity for is, one, inspire Boruto to think like, yo, this was my uncle who passed away before I was even born, but also possibly give some insight into who his mother was and some of the stuff that happened, you know, like in the Chunin exams, for example, when, you know, Neji basically almost killed Hinata. So it'll give an understanding to Boruto more of what his mom went through. Like, yo, she went through some stuff too, and maybe it'll give him an idea of what really led his mom and his father to meeting and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting in general because in case you don't know, Boruto, I want to say Bolt, is inspired from the meaning of Neji, and that's why they gave him that name to begin with. His name is inspired by his late great uncle. So just to see that he's gonna have this interaction, which he met him, you know, in the previous episode or two ago, something like that, but they didn't really have much of an interaction. It was just kind of like, you know, a funny gag episode. But now he's going to actually have a moment on top of all of this where things is getting deeper and more emotional. It's going to be interesting to see what Neji tells him. Is it going to be more about Hinata? Is it going to be about, you know, Naruto some more? Which he's learned a lot about Naruto. It'd be nice for him to find out in general about the Hyuga side of things. Meanwhile, the childhood version of Naruto feels completely discouraged and despondent. He's been loitering around all by himself. Sasuke sees him and just can't seem to ignore Naruto and let him be all alone like that. And that's honestly, even though I'm excited about the interaction with Boruto and Neji, I'm more so excited about that because Sasuke is a very standoffish guy. Like, he really doesn't ever express his feelings. So the fact that he's going to see the impact that he left behind when he left the village all those years ago, when he, you know, was seeking power from Orochimaru, the fact that he's seeing Naruto stressing and you know, struggling and going through all of this stuff, and he's going to potentially open up, I'm excited for that one. I bet you anything, if there's anything maybe that we haven't known from spoilers yet that isn't as good as this stuff, that's probably going to be the shining moment of episode 132, and just maybe it'll give a little bit more perspective to Sasuke, or Naruto vice versa, on certain aspects, because now Sasuke is going to see like, I caused this. Me leaving the village on my selfish quest back in the day caused this. But also, it's going to give Naruto a perspective. Maybe Sasuke could tell him something like, hey, you know, your friend is probably going through some real deep things. Don't take it to heart. There's so many things that could go on with that conversation. Just in general, this is going to be so good. And I'm still wondering, like, if they do not have some type of mind erasing, memory erasing for the characters of the past, like Naruto and them, like it could get crazy. Like, for all you know, Boruto could slip up, Neji the smart dude, and say something, and Neji could end up surviving. Like, I would love, and I said this before, I'm gonna say it again, I would love for this to be some Back to the Future type of deal, where this arc leads to them altering the timeline and then having to come back at some given point and stop them from altering the timeline. There's so many possibilities, but again, they could Lost Tower it and erase everyone's mind, which I'm gonna say it now, I've said it before, I don't really want that. I feel as though it'll be okay because Boruto and Sasuke will have some sort of understanding and Boruto will have some development, but man, the Kashin Koji theory, boy, Jiraiya and everything, like, and what's up with, why does he want them to align their chakras? What's going on there? Is it something that I'm not remembering, some sort of shinobi code or technique that, you know, you need to align chakras in order to accomplish? Or is he planning some sort of trick? Because we already know Jiraiya is starting to understand the situation at hand better than before. And your overall thoughts and expectations for the interactions between Boruto and Neji, and Sasuke and young Naruto. Which one are you more excited for, to be honest with you? Like I said, I think the Boruto and Neji moment is going to be cool. I think it'll give some perspective on the Hyuga side of things. I think it'll show him where everything was leading and how the village was beforehand and stuff like that. But the Sasuke moment, Sasuke rarely opens up, and the fact that he knows everything he's done and the hurt and pain that he caused people, that he's gonna try and at least comfort Naruto some way or another. And this is crazy because he's kind of being a hypocrite, where he told Boruto don't interact and, you know, try having as little interaction. The fact that he's going to go and comfort Naruto shows that that's his boy at the end of the day, and he really, even a past younger version, he feels for him, and he knows that you're majorly responsible for why your boy is going through it. So really excited for Boruto Naruto Next Generations episode 132. But that's all I have for this one though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links of course in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always people, have an awesome day, and remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life, boy! Have an awesome day, peace in, and I seriously can't wait for this episode. Gonna be hype.
Enjoy the next ride, but I was the best ride. But I